Welcome, everybody. It is your boy Andre Lindo back at it with another podcast. This is week 4 for the Toronto Raptors, and we have today again regular shells on the
Yep.
ones and twos. What's up?
I'm good, man. What's going on?
We just watched a thrilling game today.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna get to it, but man, the end. Should we even get to it now? Like the end of this
I'm
Boston
ready.
game.
I'm
Yeah,
ready.
let's
I'm
just get
ready.
this
Let's
thing.
talk about it right
All right, let's first off,
now.
let's just throw in the stats. Our dear Raptors lost a nail biter. Like
hmm
when I say the Raptors played very very good game, I
Yeah.
have to admit they played really good.
hmm
The boy that I've been kind of like cussing, Poeltl with a great game.
I
Um,
mean,
it's just
career high, Jakob Poeltl. Come on, put
career.
respect on his name.
Hey, just chill, just chill. I'll
Career,
get to that.
career high, Jakob.
Career high
Post
Poeltl.
move, Jakob. Not just throwing it up and hoping it goes in. I saw a post move today.
So
Look
Jakob
at
was 16 for 19 from the field,
wow, 19
3 of
shot.
4 from field from the free throws.
hmm
He got 12 rebounds, 6 offensive.
Nice,
Um,
solid stats.
a
Solid stats.
steal, 2 turnovers, and 35 points, bro. 35 points.
Solid,
That's
solid,
solid.
solid
And
game. Solid game.
I this and especially the last 2 games, Jakob has been playing very well. So I have to
Yeah.
give credit where credit is due.
And no
But
three pointers.
and no
No,
three
no, no
pointers.
new age center three pointers. Like
But he
this is
was he was a
all
minus
hard
three
work.
though, Pap.
Huh?
He was a -3. Oh my
Yeah, well,
gosh.
I
Anyways,
mean,
never mind.
sure. That's why I tell you numbers don't mean everything,
Don't
man.
mean everything. Well,
You
okay,
gotta
you
watch
know
the
what?
games.
So we watching the game. Everyone should know this by now. The Raptors going back and forth with Boston. The Raptors were playing hard nosed defense, but then
Yeah.
in my mind, those refs, them refs.
Is that where we're starting?
Oh no, bro. You know what? I've
We can
been
start
really
there. No, we
soft
can start there. I
on the
have my
refs
opinions
these
on them.
these years.
Yeah, yeah,
But this game in particular, they were some calls that
yeah.
these refs did. And it's like, how is Boston winning on such like this is the championship team, yo.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
How is the refs bailing them out on like literally every call down the stretch, even
hmm
though Darko had some questionable plays, but
Sure.
hey, they were working, right? And
Yeah.
and I feel like this because of this loss, they were like the effort was just sucked out of them, and these refs like we went to overtime with the champs, bro.
Yeah.
We went
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
overtime with the
I mean,
champs.
albeit the champs were a little banged up, but they had their star players in there, their star
Who
role players.
Chris
I mean,
BP doesn't
Chris
even play for that
Stapps
team barely.
and Drew Holiday's out as well.
Oh,
So
Drew. Oh, yeah, that's true.
that's a big blow. You know, but there's no excuse because the Raptors are also beat up, right? We're missing two of our starters. But you have to remember playing in Boston, you're not going to get the call where they slap you on the wrist, like the player hits you in your arm or whatever.
Yeah,
You're not getting those DeMar calls, if anyone understands what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
those little ticky tack touch fouls, it's not happening,
But
right?
bro, I
Even the
wasn't
most
even talking
egregious
about those
calls.
fouls. I'm talking about even
Yeah, no, no,
the out of
I agree.
bounds play. The out of
I
bounds
agree.
play that
Yeah.
clearly was out by a Boston player.
So,
It
so I
had
was, yeah, I was
and it,
watching the
oh
Boston stream tonight, and
yeah,
if you guys know anything about Boston commentators, going back to what's his name again? The man who passed
Brian
away.
Brian. Oh
No, not Scalabrini. The one before him. Rest in peace.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, we'll get his name later. But if you know anything about Boston commentators, Boston sports, period, it's supremely biased, right? And
Extremely.
I'm watching some of these replays that I'm looking at with my own eyes, where either the ball is off on a Boston player, and they're like, "Oh, did the Raptors player touch it last?" And I'm like, "What?" It's so clear and evident.
It
Like
was
the last
clear.
play, Tatum hitting the game winner, like he traveled. If you look at the replay,
He
when he had
traveled.
his when he was in his 3 point his triple threat stance, like he shuffled his feet, and the ref is looking at his feet. You can see
Yo,
the ref looking at him and just holding the whistle in his mouth, not making the
even that
call.
push off by
So
Mitchell.
this
Oh my
I'm
god,
used to
he
this.
flopped, man. Jaylen Brown flopped like that. Come on,
It's
right in front of
Boston.
the ref.
I'm used to it by now. I'm used to it. When
Yeah,
Boston has a good team, and they play at home, it's just evident that they're gonna get the calls, right? Or the non-calls. It's just ridiculous. But it's been like this forever.
yeah.
Forever. Right? Remember
It's
LeBron had the complaint a
even
couple years
LeBron.
ago. It was a clear foul, hit on the arm, ref was
Yeah,
staring at him
yeah.
and didn't blow the whistle. I don't know if they have some kind of mafia thing going on down there,
I
but
don't know, man.
maybe the
I
refs
heard
are
there's
scared
some
to make a
things about,
call.
especially the old stadium. They had like
Yeah,
dead spots on the floor when you dribble the ball would just like
yeah,
be
yep.
dead, like some weird stuff.
Listen, man,
Celtics, man. Hey,
Celtics. I've never been a fan. The only time I've actually really been a fan was when Kevin Garnett was there. He's my
yes,
favorite player of all time.
yes.
But other than that, like it's really hard to be or to even root for them at all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was so happy when Steph Curry
Who
went
is
in
for a
there,
team
put
where
them to
this
bed.
shoot 43 players a game, bro? Like, come on, man. It's
I
so
hate their style of basketball. It pisses
yeah.
me off. It's annoying. But anyways, well, we'll get
Part of this game, I actually was very impressed with RJ Barrett. I
yeah, yeah.
know his score, his shooting was just off. 10 for
First
27.
career triple double. Let's give him his props first. First career
Exactly.
triple double.
First career triple double
Yeah.
as a Canadian.
15 assists is amazing.
And this is the thing where we were having conversations online, and obviously we're talking about the synergy between him and Grady has been really,
Yes.
really, really good, and
Yes.
him, and of course when you're passing the ball to Jakob Poeltl, when he's
Hmm.
right in the middle of the net,
Yep.
you're gonna get those shots, but it's
Hmm.
about recognizing the offense and the defense and how it's being set to you,
Hmm.
and he was really playing really tough offense.
Yep.
The only knock I would have on him is you gotta hit those free throws, fam. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
I think if he hit that one where I think he had the N one,
Yeah,
it was in regulation. It was like maybe 15 or 14 seconds left. He
yeah.
got an N one, and he missed the bonus shot, and that would have put us up, I believe, 3 or 4.
It'd have been
It was
it would have been
3, right?
4.
It was a tie game. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it put us up 3 or 4, and that to me would have changed kind of the outcome.
yeah. And
Um,
especially, going 4 for 9. Like, you missed 5 free throws.
yeah,
You
yeah.
lost by what, 3 points?
Listen, it's hard to have a game like the game he had and to nitpick at these little things, but these little things add up, right? And
Yeah,
it really and truly, if you're looking at the game from the last 10 minutes or so,
yeah.
forget the rest of the stats. Like you're watching the last 10 minutes of the game, you're like, he didn't have a great game, right?
No.
Because the mistakes down the stretch, yes, albeit he did get fouled on a few drives that weren't called, but you have to learn to adjust. And this is the thing about basketball, right? Like if you know the refs are not calling this or they're not, uh, um, you know, calling the game fairly, you have to learn to adjust. It's just what it is, right? You can't fight them. You can't complain. Once they call a certain call, it's really hard to overturn that call, right, without a challenge
The
these
thing is,
days. So
though,
my thing is, you got
I
to adjust. You got to adjust your game.
yeah.
If you're driving to the basket, you're not getting the calls. Drive, kick, swing adjust. There was no adjustment in the end, and this is why we
One
lost.
thing I do want to caution about is I like the aggressiveness. I know it wasn't
Of
working all the
course,
time, but like you said, if it's not working, drive and kick. If it's not working, maybe it's stop on a dime and
simple
shoot a
pump fake,
fadeaway.
something. Yeah, yeah,
Something where it's like, because what ended up well, I guess what was going on was that he was drawing so much attention on
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
drives, and everyone's trying to block him. The
Hmm.
corners were wide open. Like,
Wide open, absolutely.
Ochai missed maybe like 2 or 3 of them, like, that was wide
Yeah.
open, and then he
Oh yeah.
finally hit one, or no, Chris Boucher was the one that hit 2 in a
Yeah,
row.
the 2 in a row. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
gosh, that was so good, like,
yeah,
15 points for Boucher, doing his Boucher stuff,
yeah, yeah.
he's never seen a shot that has never
Oh,
looked
come on, man.
my
Once he puts it up, it's good. To him, it's good. If it
bro,
goes above his head, it's good.
there's times where he gets the ball and he's just like, "Yeah, Imma shoot this.
And
Imma
it's
shoot
good to have that sometimes. You have to keep the defense honest, right? Like you can't let the defense win the mental games. And what I mean by that is like if you're in the corner open for a shot and they know you're not going to shoot it, it gives them an advantage, right? Like okay, I don't need to close out on this guy because he's not going to shoot it.
Mhm.
With Boucher, if he gets that ball in the corner and there's a foot of space, that ball is going in the air.
bro.
right? So
No, I
I
know
like
you.
his aggressiveness, man.
I like it. So yeah, those are the good, you know, points here. Ochai again having a steady game
Shout
till
out to
like
Ochai.
the fourth, where he
Oh,
missed all those
before we
wide
go,
open
did
threes, man.
you see the story
Oh,
on him this past week
on
with
who?
Masai on Ochai? How
Go ahead.
they had a little small. I can't remember who was the author. We'll get that later. You guys know how to do my research, but there was a guy who put a story out on Ochai. You know, basically saying that the Raptors had their eye on him for a long time, and
Yeah.
when the opportunity came to get him from Utah, they jumped at it. Masai knowing his father for a long time. And
Mhm.
when he finally got him, he said, "Hey, man, you're with family," And I think that has proven to help his game. Knowing that he's kind of wanted here, and that he has ties here. Like the work he's put in is just like it's amazing to watch, man. I'm loving to see the growth in Ochai. He played amazing defense tonight.
Yeah,
Albeit Tatum hit that game winner, that was some amazing defense,
that was good. That
right?
was I like his defense, and I think he has earned a spot in the rotation, especially.
Absolutely. Even when
He,
the guys get back, I think he should still
yeah,
get those minutes.
yeah,
We can do with less Fernando and some of these other guys, but you know, I think Ochai has proven to be consistent,
yeah.
at the very least, right? Yeah.
All right. Well, so we did talk about this. Let's get into the next game. So, all right, let's kind of put this.
Oh, we're done with this already.
Yeah, I'm cheese, man, because I'm just
Are
gonna
we
go
are
over
we gonna talk about the
the
game
refs.
winner at all? Like
The
just the
game
fact
winner,
that
nah. Forward with that. I don't need to talk about game winners. Let's get into the next game.
yes,
This is the first game of the week.
yeah,
Um, the Raptors played the Lakers.
hmm
And this, I know these games. This game was not very good.
it was
Uh,
not, it was not,
Raptors lost 123-103 to the Lakers. Of course,
yeah.
LeBron shows up, basically destroys us with a triple double.
Yeah,
You know how he
yeah.
does. AD,
Started his week of triple doubles off right.
oh man,
You know,
AD, he came in firing, but it was
my MVP so far. Yeah, yeah,
it was more of like you still think AD's MVP this right
yeah, man.
now?
Look at his numbers, man. He's playing out of his mind right now,
But the Lakers
and he
winning
hasn't
six
he
and
hasn't
four.
had one of those. I fall on the ground. Oh my god, my back is hurting, and I got to sit out a week and a half moments
Well,
yet.
it's
So
only been
it's really early in the league, but
4 weeks,
I
yo.
didn't. I did not expect them to win this many games so far. I'll be honest with you. Their
Six and
offense is
four,
really good.
really?
Yeah. Yes, they're not.
I don't know, man. I
Listen,
think their team. I think
outside of LeBron and AD, that is a G League team at best.
Hey, Austin,
At
don't
best.
Austin Reeves is nice too, really. What are you
Stop it.
talking about?
Stop it.
Austin Reeves, baby.
Austin Reeves is not Austin Reeves without AD and LeBron space on the floor. Let's be real.
I don't know, man. I kind of
Yeah.
tried to pay attention to him in this game, and I could see the reason why people are just like, "Yo, this guy can ball." I
He
don't feel
has game, but I'm saying we're not talking. Listen, this is the Western Conference. This is
true.
the Lakers we're talking about. Austin Reeves on his own is not moving the needle, right? Remember the Jordan Poole effect? How we were hyping up Jordan Poole in on the Warriors, and look at him now. But anyways,
I was absolutely wrong. I thought that kid was gonna break out this year.
yeah,
Jeremy.
I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't from the jump. You need a
Um,
system like that. Anyways, that's not. We're not talking about
yeah, there's
Jordan
not
Poole.
much to talk about this game because this is the
The
same as what
Raptors came out flat. We looked
we
like
were
the
playing well up until the fourth quarter, and then
well.
it just
Yeah,
fell apart.
I
It,
mean that's been the story of the season, right?
yeah,
Outside of the games being close in the fourth, but like we just didn't have it, man. We did not have it. I believe this was a back to back. No,
yeah, this is back to back. They played
yeah,
against
we were absolutely
before.
gassed at the end.
Yeah,
100%
it
gassed.
was
Yeah,
just it was everyone played bad, and
yeah,
like if you look at the starting lineup, look at even the fouls. This is how you know they were gassed. 4 fouls for Poeltl, 3 for RJ, like
yeah,
3 for Quickly, and this is the game. Quickly ended up like this was the last
yeah,
game.
yeah,
This
yeah,
Quick
yeah.
injured, so we found out after this game, I guess
The
earlier in the
elbow, I think.
that he has like a Tommy John elbow
Yeah, he
injury.
has like a baseball injury. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
Like
interesting.
it's such
Yeah,
a
I wonder.
tough year for him.
Yeah,
Injury. I know he's been working hard all summer. We've seen the clips. We've seen. The guys working on together, and just to start the year on such a bad note, injury wise, is really tough for him.
Yeah.
You can see he's trying to come back. Like, there's video of him at practice, shooting with one arm and stuff like
Voters,
that.
yeah.
So these guys, like, it's tough breaks for them because, again, he quickly does not have a history of being injury prone, right? Scotty does not have a history of being injury prone, but these injuries have just, even RJ, right, when he
Yeah.
was out at the beginning of the year, like, these guys are usually pretty durable and reliable, and the injury bug has hit us. I think God is trying to give us that number one pick, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right. Well, so there was an interesting conversation we were having about Quickly, and
Yeah,
we noticed that when Quickly got back in the lineup, that obviously the usage of
yeah, Grady and
Gradey
others.
went
Yeah,
down, and
yeah.
I'm just wondering, do you think that IQ is the point guard for the future in the sense of being a player that
Mhm.
facilitates and runs the offense, and will find a player like Grady
Right.
because Grady's moving so much, and find a player, because if you look, Emmanuel quickly had 4 assists in this game.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
like he wasn't looking for the players in within the offense. I guess as well, the Raptors didn't really shoot well this game.
Right.
But what do you think about IQ in his game that we've seen so far? Do you feel that he is kind of the right point guard for this team, or are we saying that he's more of a combo guard?
You know what? In this NBA, you need your point guard to score the ball. It's just
Okay.
flat out
Okay.
simple. I mean, if you look at every team, the top 15 to 20 point guards in the league have to score the basketball. Right?
Yeah.
Is Tyrese Maxey a point guard? To me, he's not. He's a shooting guard. He can put up
Yeah.
35. He looks
Yeah.
like prime MJ when he plays us, right? There's Chris
So then
Paul.
that's a style of play then, right? It's more like, okay, if
Yeah,
Maxi's not running the offense, so then do you play
but
some?
again, the NBA the way it is now, the way it's structured now, I don't think many teams run offenses in a sense of, okay, this has to get a shot, this guy has to get a shot. It's more so of and I think before he passed, Kobe had an interview where he's saying this basketball is more of like a hope to make it type of offense, right? So the offense is in structures where I'm going to run a play where I know Jakob's going to get a layup on this play. It's let's set a screen here. This guy flare here. If he's open, take the shot type of thing, right? So it's almost like coincidental basketball, right? It's
Yeah.
not necessarily I'm coming down the floor. I'm going to set up RJ on the block and he's going to score the ball, right? The offense these days don't work like that.
All right,
So
but
it's hard for a point guard
let me
to
pull you in as a basketball player. Like,
But let me just finish the point. Let me
oh,
just
sorry,
finish the
sorry.
point.
Yeah, yeah,
So
my bad.
as a point guard, it's hard to kind of set yourself up when your coach is telling you, "I need you to take 10 threes a game," right? And on top of that, I need to set up my guys. It's a lot of situational basketball. It's not like back in the days where 10 assists was like, wow, this guy had 10 assists in the game. He was really running the offense, setting his guys up. It's more so if you get 10 assists now, it's off of like your power forward can get 10 assists these days,
Yeah.
right? Your center can get 10 assists these days, right? With all the threes that's being put up, it's different now. It's just a different way the league is being played, and I think with quickly, yes, I think he can run an offense, but I think he's more of a um, you know current NBA point guard, meaning he's gonna score the ball, he's gonna get in the paint. If the defense collapses, sure he'll find his guy, but his goal out there is to score the basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the question I was going to bring to you now, as a basketball player, you
Mhm.
played at a good level,
Yep. High school. Yeah,
um,
sure.
but if you see how Grady's running around, and you're playing ball and you're running around
Ooh,
trying to get yourself open,
I'm exhausted.
and as a point guard is not
Yeah.
trying to find you, doesn't that get you frustrated, or even
Um,
in a sense like we're almost resentful because you're working so hard to
I
get
would say
open?
that.
No.
I would say that again. Like back in the day, if a guy was running off screens like Rip Hamilton and
Mhm.
not getting the ball, you'd hear about it. But I think the players today are a little different, right? Like there's there's players who are almost like decoys, right?
Mhm.
Grady does a great job getting open, getting us to the spot, getting a shot. If he doesn't get the ball, I've never seen him like hang his head or throw his arms in the air. Like he's a really good team player.
Yeah,
And I think with the Raptors, maybe Scotty has had it a few times where if the ball doesn't swing, he'll be a little frustrated. But I don't think it's an issue in the sense where like I'm grading, I'm running all these screens, and I'm not getting the ball. I think he more so just wants the offense to flow, right? Like he thrives in a flowing offense where the ball is moving, guys are cutting and he can get his shot where off movement, right? So I don't think, and he's year two as well, so we
yeah,
can't
true.
really expect a year two player to be like, give me the ball, I'm gonna drop 25. Like, no, right? I think he's playing his role. I think he's doing well. I think even on defense, we gotta give him his credit, right? Teams
Yeah,
are
I
hunting him
agree. Yeah, and for
and
him to
and
be
he's
out on the
holding his ground.
fourth quarter there today
Oh yeah,
in this game,
Tatum was hunting him every time. Like, get the
and
switch.
Tatum, I don't think Tatum had that great of a
He didn't. He
shooting
didn't
night.
have a great game. No, not
Yeah,
at all.
so
Not
all
at
right,
all.
well,
He
let's get
bricked
on.
that game winner in in regulation, so he got his revenge
He got
uh,
his revenge. He got some reps up, right?
for sure, for sure.
All right, let's go to the next game. The Raptors played their
NBA
first
Cup,
NBA Cup game. So
Emirates NBA Cup,
Emirates, so
sponsored
you see
by
the money.
Emirates.
You see the money that's
Oh
coming in.
yeah, hey, that's Dubai money. Hey, don't play with that. That's that. That's that. The big players over there.
That's yeah. So got the Players Cup. Raptors lose
Yeah.
to Milwaukee Bucks, 99-85.
Hmm.
This is the game that Gradey went off, 32
Yes.
points.
Yes.
Went to this is the big stat here. The
Yeah.
free throws,
Hmm.
14 for 16. Like, when's the last time a player,
A shooter, quote
Raptor,
unquote shooter, right?
a shooter, went to
Yeah.
the line 16 times for the Raptors, bro?
He was
That is,
aggressive.
yeah,
He was absolutely aggressive. I think, like even to your previous question, like he was really hunting out the defense, right? Looking for his spots. He got to his spots. When he didn't get to his spots, he had a second and third move, which is unheard of for a second year player. Usually, a second year player is like, "Oh, I'm finding success," coming off screens and such and such. But he was getting to the rim, like
yeah,
you see here, like he's, you know what I mean, like
yeah.
double pin downs coming off, like he's ready. He's just
He's
ready to shoot.
moving.
He's moving. He's ready to play. He's not timid. He's not even thinking out there. He's just moving. Like
Yeah,
as a basketball player, when you're not thinking anymore, the game just comes easy, right? Because you're just moving. You're flowing, right? You get the ball. You're decisive. You're not, thinking, "Oh, I can't pass to this guy. I can't pass to that guy." Look at him off the screen. Look at that. Oh my
yeah.
god,
And
that is
then
not a second year player, bro. Come on,
and then
man.
the 3 assists, bro. Like,
Yeah,
he's moving the ball. He got a today. He
look at that.
found
Woo.
Barrett on a pass, and I'm like, how in the world did he see
He's so
Barrett?
confident, bro.
Oh
His
my gosh!
confidence is at an all time high. And then think about it. Look at that. Second
Oh
move,
my!
fake pumps to the left. Like, that's not easy, bro. That's
And this
not easy.
and this kid is like, he's always moving.
Counter moves. Look at that.
So
Oh,
you
man.
see this, right?
Ooh.
My man Chris Boucher just sitting there asking for the ball. When he sees when he, see, you know me, man. Like, you see the man
Sorry to cut
moving.
you off, man. This
Yeah.
guy made Bruno Fernando look,
Hey,
look like a
Arthur, we got
star.
Arthur up there. Look at that.
But you see, like the counter moves, right? Like it's
Oh,
not just shooting the ball or catching it at my spot. Like
yeah,
he's making the defense shift. Like this is great basketball, man. We're
yeah.
seeing from Grady, and like I said, the confidence he has and the green light that he has as a second year player is great to see, man.
That's
Great to see.
that's that's what I like about him, and I like that he's been working. Um,
Yeah,
Other than that, in that game wasn't very very good in a sense for everyone else.
not
RJ
at all.
had 7 points. It was a -23. So
Yeah.
it's almost like he went back to the old
Don't say
RJ
it. Don't say it.
Junior.
Don't say
Oh
it.
man,
Don't say
he
it.
did.
I saw
That's
those
what he
tweets
did.
online, and I was upset because you know what? One bad game and it's automatically he's a New York RJ. Let's stop it. Stop it. Stop it. He had a
Okay.
bad game. It's okay. It's allowed. It's allowed.
So
Like
what did you think? Okay, so we got the NBA Cup now.
yeah.
What did you think of the court? I'm gonna pull it
To
up
be
here.
honest, some of these and you're an interior designer somewhat. You're great at arts and those things. for me, some team courts can their colors should not be the main color of the court. Like the Raptors color is very easy on the eyes. I
Mm,
like who else has a nice one? I think Miami has like this black kind of looking
mhm.
court. It looks nice. But teams like Chicago, who else? I think OKC had a super hard blue. Like it's really hard
Yeah,
on the eyes.
even
It's
like
really, really
even
hard on the eyes.
the Celtics. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah. Some of these courts, like the colors are just too strong, man. Like I don't want to be watching no, game where I can hardly see the ball on the court. I can hardly see the players on the court.
The thing about it is, it's bringing in excitement and it's bringing in almost like a thought process of being, hey, this is an event, right? So
Yeah, it
this,
is.
I
It is.
think this court looks really cool, man. Like I
It is.
love the
It's easy on the eyes though.
Z's
Like
in the eyes,
that
the
purple
purple,
is just nice.
yeah,
The black hue in the middle, the
mhm,
little
with the
circle
gold,
hue.
yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I like that. That's something. So, what do you so far? It's not because it's just the first week.
Yeah.
What do you think of the NBA Cup so far? I don't think there's a lot of hype just yet, but you know,
You know what? I like that it's early on in the year,
mm,
because now we've kind of died down from the opening. Like every NBA season starts out with excitement, right? Regardless of what happened, because so much things happen in the offseason, trades and player movement and player signings and whatnot.
mm,
So the first few weeks of the NBA season is exciting. Once you get to like November, December, it kind of tails off a little bit, and then we have the
yeah,
Christmas game, picks back up again. But this NBA Cup is good for the beginning of the year for teams to kind of see what they have,
yeah,
right? So like if you're a so-called contender, right, and your team is healthy and you want to see, okay, well, are my guys going to be able to compete against the best players,
mhm,
right, in the league? So it's to me it kind of replaces the like the Saturday night primetime games.
yeah,
Like the primetime matchups and stuff like that. Like the NBA Cup is kind of that on another level, right? So there's a prize at the end of it. So there's an incentive to play hard and to compete. That's what we've been asking for the last what 10,
that's
15
true.
years. Just play, guys, play. We don't want to see you guys sitting up. I don't want to see Joel beating Paul George in street clothes. I didn't pay $300 to sit in the 300 section to see what's the kid name who paints his nails, even though he's been playing
Jared
like
McCain,
crazy. Jordan McCain, like even though he's
Jared
playing
McCain,
nice, I didn't pay
he's
all this
nice.
money to see you, fam. Like,
He's a
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I came to see LeBron when he comes to Toronto. I appreciate when the stars come out to play. I didn't come to see, you know, these other guys. So I like the fact that the NBA has put this in place. Give the players extra money, give them a reason to, dress up and perform.
yeah.
We saw one upset. Who was that the other day? Oh man, I forget I said it. There was an upset though. I could check it out.
All right, well, as we're talking about that, here is the second game. So the Raptors played two games in the
Yeah.
NBA Cup, and then we ended up losing
Yes.
to the Detroit Pistons in what a sad fashion, man. Like,
Is I have a question for you though. I have
yeah,
a question for you. Do you think the Pistons are rivals now? Like, there's a lot of
for
history.
losing, for losing,
There's a
like,
lot of history between us a little bit.
yeah, I think we
No?
have to be rivals because first things first,
Yeah.
you know how many times the Raptors have got to Detroit, it just like blew out their stadium.
Just not even blow the stadium. Oh, it's gone again. Damn it. Come back. Come back. Come
Yeah, I'm
back.
back
There you
now.
are.
I'm back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. Like
yeah, you
we've
know how
gone
many
into their
times I
stadium and just
just
like
they
taken over.
never come to Toronto, eh? They didn't.
Yeah. It's a short drive, man. It's a 3 hour, what, 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah, yeah.
You,
So
you hop on a Greyhound and you're there. One nap and you're there.
I'm
And the
actually
tickets
thinking
are
I might
like,
have to do that trip one time. You know?
well, there's a friend of ours, a mutual friend, who just went
Yeah.
to the Lakers and Detroit game not too long ago,
Oh,
and I think he spent $200 max, like on everything, for the
what?
trip, the tickets, food, everything. So I mean, if you want to do it, man, we can hook it up.
Yeah,
We'll
we
talk
have to.
about it
Maybe we
offline.
have to do it. Yeah, we might have to do
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
this game was one of those rope a dope games again. Raptors played
definitely a rope a dope. Yep,
really well in the first
yep,
three quarters. Even in the third quarter, they held Detroit to 18 points.
yep,
And then in the fourth quarter, we scored 17 points.
bro.
Cunningham, 6 for 21. He was shut down
Yep,
completely. But
Yep.
guess what? The
He
man
had a
had 10
horrible
assists.
game. He had a horrible. You know what? This is the first time I'm actually watching him for a
Same.
full game.
Yeah.
He's a lot of flash and not much substance to his game. I
And
don't know if it's the
bad shot
Pistons.
selection, bro.
Terrible
Like
shot
you
selection.
you see, so the kid that really looked really good to me was
Yeah.
Marcus Sasser. I like that kid.
Yes.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
like him, and Ron Holland, Ron Holland the second, really good
Yeah. Yep.
players.
Yep.
Jordan Ivey, he's okay too.
Get him out of here.
K,
They
I like
didn't.
it.
They didn't have their top pick playing. Asar Thompson, right? Like he didn't even play this game, and he's a defensive
Yeah, he's injured. Yeah,
juggernaut,
yeah. And I
like
even
beast.
like this Wendell Moore Jr. kid. Like
Yeah,
these guys
they
are,
have pieces.
they're gritty. They got
Oh yeah.
players, but
Oh yeah.
players like Tobias Harris and Cade
Oh
Cunningham,
man,
nah,
how much
boss.
money does Tobias Harris make again?
I don't know. Too
It's
much.
too,
Yo.
too much, right? Too much.
Yeah. Malik Beasley at least looked decent. Man, he needs to go to a good team. Like I can't
Uh,
believe he went to Detroit, man.
he was on
Um,
the Bucks, I
yeah,
believe, when they won the championship.
yeah, he
I
was on the
can't help.
Bucks, and then wasn't he on Denver like last year?
Denver, he was on the Lakers as well. He played well. I don't know why he keeps bouncing around. Who knows?
I don't know. But then
But we should
again,
not have lost this game, man. Honestly.
he shouldn't have lost this game. This game, the Raptor, like basically, I swear, it's like Darko figured out a way to lose
Yeah.
this game, bro. Like
And
he
we
put
only scored
some.
what 95 points. The other game was 88 points. So like this is not up to our standards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're usually in the 120s, 130s, even though we're
Who?
giving up
Why are we
20.
giving the ball to Jakob Poeltl in the last minutes of the game
Oh
to try
man,
to
that was
score?
that was hard to
Like
watch.
what? I don't understand this. Like
You
same thing.
see, I'm gonna put that on the players because there's no way that the shot clock is winding down and you think in your mind to give the ball to Jakob Poeltl, who
Okay.
one has no dribble moves. His dribble meter on 2K is probably like zero point 0.5.
So
Like there's
let me jump in here. Okay.
jump in, man.
Let me jump in here. Okay. Let me get the big screen here. Let me get that.
Oh shoot,
Okay.
to go off.
Need a shot.
I wish I had the music.
Person to get the ball to is not Jakob Poeltl.
It's
Okay.
definitely
It is
not.
Grady Dick. So
Yes.
therefore, you do not put Grady Dick to inbound the ball. You give the ball to someone
Uh,
else. I don't know
tell the book,
why.
Andre.
Why is Jakob Pertl even in the game when we need a
Yeah.
3 point, like a
On
3 point
offense too. On offense.
on
It's not like we
offense?
needed a rebound or anything.
We
Like
just
I would have put
like
Boucher in the
why?
game at least.
What? Why? And then you're like, oh yeah, the players didn't execute. Man, they gave the ball to Pertl and he shot it twice, fam.
But
Twice.
that's my point. That's my point. Because okay,
I missed
even
his
if coach
free
draws up,
throws.
even if coach draws up a certain play, right? I'm gonna look out there as a player with some kind of IQ and be like, I'm not giving the ball to Jakob with 5 seconds on the shot clock in a crunch time situation. Hell no. Hell no. The most I'll do is bounce the ball off his back and get it back in my hands and make a play. Like there's no way I'm giving him the basketball with 5 seconds left. To do what?
I'm gonna know, man.
And he's not even it's not like he's at the rim or anything. He was like at the free throw line or extended free throw line. Like what are we doing?
Fam, you're the only one that can explain that one to me.
I don't know. I'm dumbfounded on some of these last minute plays. And can I just say one thing?
Yes, please do.
The
Go.
RJ Barrett final seconds of the game to win the game experiment is over.
Yeah.
Can we just wrap it up? I don't want to see him
Actually,
with the ball in crunch time. And
actually, you know
yeah,
what?
he got a great
I'm not
lead.
mad about that though. I'm not mad about that.
I am. I'm gonna tell you why. Right? Because he had at least I want to say 4 or 5 opportunities this year to ice the game. Right?
Mhm.
Put the ball in his hand, clear out, make a play. And every time it's either he turned the ball over or he did his patented left-handed layup floater package, which just hasn't worked. Or the three ball from the left side, just like hoping it goes in. We need to stop with this RJ experiment, man. It's over. It's over. Let's try something else. We've given them 4 or 5 opportunities now. It hasn't looked good at all. It's not even like the only time he got up a decent shot was that 3 pointer that went in and out
Yeah,
against I can't remember what team it was or whatever. That 3 pointer was the only time where I was like, okay, I'll give you a pass. Especially today,
yeah.
he was supposed to win the game. Abaji was supposed to win the game for. He was supposed to hit that corner three. We're supposed to lead Boston on the first flight out of that racist place and be happy with our third win of the year. But no,
Boston.
come on, man.
I don't know, bro. Like I'm playing the game here in the background. I don't know, and
I'm
just
watching.
let the viewers that or the people that are just audio only. But like, there was literally 2 minutes of just the Raptors and Pistons shooting bricks,
Disgusting,
like
disgusting
terrible
basketball.
bricks, bro. All right,
Disgusting basketball.
let's
I don't
get
want to see Tobias Harris ISO in the mid range. Like he's got to be the worst player that's making over $100 million on his contract. He's got honestly. I think the numbers and the eye test it tells me that he's terrible. Why is he in the league? I don't get it.
I can't
I don't
answer
understand.
that.
I don't understand.
All right, let's go to our weekly awards. Who is our
Yes.
offensive player of the week this week?
Offensive player of the week based on the two games, one career high. I'm gonna give it to my man Jakob Pertl.
Okay,
Um,
okay, all right, let's do it.
30 points. I probably no one predicted this. No one saw this
No,
coming.
no.
Against what was it the Pistons? He had a 30 point game or a 28 point game.
25-point game against the
25
Pistons, and then
against
35.
Durant. Like some of these players are not scrubs, you know. So like, shout out to Jakob, man. He had a 2020 game. Um,
Well, kind of. They
it was
they
a
took
2020.
away his rebounds. They took away two of
Oh,
his rebounds.
really?
Yeah,
It's a 2020 game. Come on. Anyways, but shout out to him. He's been playing out of his mind.
10
Uh,
offensive rebounds though. 10 offensive
that's impressive.
rebounds
That's
against
great.
Detroit, and then against Celtics he had 6 offensive rebounds. So he's
It's
been
impressive
killing
to
it.
do
Yeah,
that against Durant and the Celtics big there.
yeah,
But he's showed his value, and I'm going to give it to him this week, just based off the fact that he's playing his butt off, man. Like
yeah,
he's setting great screens. He's every time I watch him, look like he's playing. Like it's the hardest game he's ever played in his life.
yeah.
So shout out to Jakob for that. Man.
Yeah, for me, I it was between Jakob or RJ, but because you picked Jakob, I'm gonna go with Jakob. He's
Yeah,
career best twice. The
yeah,
rebounding has been really good. So,
yeah,
and even like blocks and the less turnovers,
yeah.
getting assists. Yeah,
The
I'm gonna go
presence
with
out there, man, for
I'll
sure.
go with him as well. Let's
Big
go
Yak.
with defensive player of the week. What are you thinking?
Our defensive player of the week goes to none other than our head coach, Darko Rajakovic.
You're funny. Well, you know
But
what?
it's true.
Hey, we kept two teams under 130 20 points. That's not
Congratulations, but he
bad.
also kept our team under 100 points as well
Hey,
with some of these
hey,
decisions.
three games under 100 points. Yeah, you know what? You
Unacceptable.
can give it to Darko. Three
I'm
games
giving
are
it to Darko.
under 100. That's
And
amazing.
and on top of that, like as a coach, I want you to scream in the post game conference and say, like this is going wrong and that's going. But you can't just make a blatant mistake like you have and then go in the media and be like, yeah, that was on me. No, man, don't do that. Don't do that. So that means you're aware of your downfalls. You know what I mean? And you're paying like 9 coaches on as your assistants. Someone's got to be like, hey, we should do this or we should do that.
I'd,
You know
I'd
what I'm
like
saying? Like,
to I'd like to point out to all the people. Let me go big again because
let me
just
go. Hey
let me
yo.
just go. I just want to point out our
Point. Let me hear.
defensive coordinator is the
Oh
defensive
no.
coordinator for the Washington Wizards,
Oh no.
Charlotte Hornets before they came to the Raptors,
It's like the two
and
worst defensive teams.
he has had the worst defenses like of
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah.
Like three of those teams.
Yeah.
Just to remind people of
Charlotte
our
and
defense.
Washington have been probably the two worst defensive teams in the league
Mhm.
for like the last 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
Hands up. Easy.
I'm gonna give defensive player. I'm gonna give it to Ochai. He
Yes, I knew
actually
you were
has
gonna go
had the main. He had to guard Tatum. He had to guard Cade.
Cunningham,
Cade
yeah.
had a really bad. He had to guard
He's guarding LeBron
somehow.
too.
Yeah, he was guarding LeBron, which I still don't get why. And he was guarding. He had some time guarding Giannis.
Before. Yeah,
right? So I'm
tough
giving
week,
it to him.
tough week.
Yeah, I'm giving it to him this time. So yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
What
him.
about our rookie? What do you think in our rookie?
Rookie of the not the year, sorry, the week.
Yeah,
No, again, no rookies really stood out for me.
yeah,
We lost a rookie. I know you're sad about that.
yeah.
Losing Brendan Carlson. You
Yeah, let's give
know,
it to Brandon, man. Let's give it to Brandon.
you know
Oh
what?
my gosh, I'm so.
They
I
they
want to.
sent him
No,
to the
we gotta
G
talk.
League.
No, we're gonna talk about
They
that,
they
fam. But
released him from his contract, and then they sent him down to the G League. And OKC is like, "Oh, you're giving us a 7 foot 3 point shooter? I'll take that." You know what I mean? And then
let me go back
the
on the
OKC
League.
Thunder are taking a young prospect. You know, there's something good there, right?
Let me jump back.
And
We have a problem with keeping 7 footers on this team. We
we
have
don't like
one
7 footers,
footer,
man. We don't
right?
like them.
I don't
6'9",
understand this. He's
6'9".
the guy is a 7 footer that can shoot and
Ah,
and rim protect. The
we
what
want
that is the
six
one
nine.
skill we need. Those two, I don't know. What do we?
We want
Shout out to Brandon
69
Carlson.
guards, man.
He's our rookie. He's the rookie of the week, and you know why
Yeah,
I'm giving it to him? Because he got a
exactly.
contract with OKC. We
A
let
full,
Burnham.
hold on, not a two-way, not a two-way, a
Oh, contract.
full
Yeah,
guaranteed NBA contract. That tells me a lot. That and he hasn't even played this year,
we chose
bro.
Bruno Fernando over this child. I,
Albeit Fernando had a great week. He had his highlight dunk. You know, he was all over
I
Sports
seen this
Center.
man give the ball to the other team in this game today. He just went like this and just here,
I saw that.
hello, here, take Debo. Take.
You know what's funny? He's not a rookie. You know, Fernando's been in the league for a couple years now. This
That's
is
what
what is
pisses me off
baffling.
the most, fam.
Yeah,
That's what
how do
cheeses
you
me.
play this bad?
That's what I'm trying to explain to people. The man is not a rookie.
He's not a rookie.
He's
This is
not.
not his first rodeo.
He's
He's played against NBA players before.
many times.
Yeah, make it make sense, man.
So surprise player of the week. I don't even know who I'm gonna give it to this year.
Surprise
I
player.
would say I'm gonna give it to Jakob. He gets offense
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
gets surprised because
yeah.
he surprised me. He's been playing good defense. Those 10
For sure.
offensive rebounds really eye opener. But
Yeah.
me, let me go big one more time. Just
All right. Do you think, man?
guys, listen. I like that Jakob is playing so well because now he's worth
I knew it.
first round
Stop,
draft pick.
stop, stop.
That's why I was cheesed. That's one of the reasons why I'm cheesed that OKC took Carlson
Oh, to Carson.
because imagine OKC getting Jakob Poeltl in the
Yeah.
middle for them.
You see, the thing is with Jakob, and this is what scares me a little bit, is that yeah, he's great, and you know he's showing his value now. But teams don't want a traditional big. They
I
want their big
whoa,
to
whoa,
shoot
whoa,
threes.
hold
They
on,
don't want
hold
players
on.
like that. I'm telling you.
Well, you're the one that is it you then been arguing with me about Zach Edey?
So I wasn't arguing, and that's a mute point because Zach Edey shoots threes now. If you've been watching his games, he
It's
hit a
true.
couple threes in transition.
Two,
I might
he's hit.
add.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, that point is null and void.
Damn,
Jakob hasn't taken a jump shot outside of the paint. I don't think for his career probably.
this man
Um,
with his push shot, like
yeah, he doesn't even have a jump shot. So what
mhm.
if I'm a team that's trying to compete, regardless if he's starting or coming off the bench? Do I want to take a chance on Jakob? You know what
I
I mean?
think a
He's
team
a
like
smart player. He's
so.
a intelligent position player, but I don't know if I'm going to give up a first round pick for
I think though OKC, and
a
this is
dinosaur.
my thought process for
Yeah,
OKC. Last year, they were thin in the middle. They were literally
very
real
yeah,
thin in the middle.
yeah.
They
Chet
went
was
and
25.
got Hardenstein, and
Yeah,
Hardenstein would be good, right?
he's injured,
But
right?
here's the thing: Jakob Pertl doesn't need the ball. Doesn't need the ball to
I
be
agree.
effective,
I agree.
and he sets good screens.
Yep.
Bless my heart for saying this. You put him in for 20 minutes a game to grab rebounds and set screens,
Yep.
he'll be a godsend
He
for
would be
Shane.
the Steven Adams. He played the Steven
There you go.
Adams role, like
There
when
you go.
Steven Adams was with Westbrook and those guys. I agree. I agree. I think he does have value. I'm just saying, like,
And he's
if
7 foot.
any seven, but if I'm a team that's competing, like, it's hard to find a spot for Jakob, right? When he
Mm.
went to the Spurs, I think his game evolved a lot more. Because when he was with Toronto, he was a more of an athletic big man. Like
Rim
when
runner.
his
Yeah.
rookie, yeah, rim runner type of guy. Now he's more so of a position player. Like get to a spot and find his touch around the rim. He's pretty good around the rim. I'll give him that. But if I'm a team looking for the future, and I think this is what OKC sees in Carlson, right? Like you need a 3-point shooting big. It's just the way the
Bro,
NBA is now.
I've
Thanks to
been
Steph
saying
Curry,
this
man.
to nauseum. Like, bro, Carlson is the prototypical player we need.
Absolutely,
He's 7 foot,
absolutely.
shoots
Yep.
threes, and rim protects. The
And I
three
think he
things we
was
want.
a 4-year college, if I'm not mistaken,
4
3 or
year
4-year
college.
college.
Yeah, he's
So
25. I
he's
know,
yeah,
but
he's
like,
not like coming in making stupid mistakes.
yeah,
I didn't expect us to really let him go like that, um, especially seeing as we are not the greatest 3-point shooting team. You get a guy who can shoot and has great mechanics, and you just let him walk for Bruno
yeah, that,
Fernando.
yeah. Especially after that, like, I don't
And
know if you remember that
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 game, yeah, he has the game
game,
seven
that
block.
block. Oh my god, how do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do that? You let him go. You let him
I
walk. You keep Bruno
I need to know whose
Fernando.
decision that was. Yeah, I need to know whose decision that
Oh
was.
my gosh.
I hope it wasn't Masai's because that's
All
an L. That's an L on your jacket.
right.
That's an L on
Let
your jacket.
let's do next week's predictions.
Yeah,
So
let's
the
go.
Raptors are finally at home. They'll be
Yes,
playing.
right. It feels like
Yeah,
we played one game at home since the Vince Carter game. Like it feels like we've only been home
yeah,
once or
that's true.
twice.
Well,
Yeah,
next week we're going to be at home both games. We're playing only two
nice.
games, so some good rest for these players.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
playing
Hopefully, get some guys back, man. Scotty should be back.
Pacers, so we're going to get Siakam back, welcoming him back
Nice.
to Toronto. So we're going to be playing the Pacers, and then the Timberwolves are going to be in
Oh,
town
again?
again.
Oh, man.
So um,
When does it end? Do we ever get a break? Should we play
bro,
the
these
Blazers for
first
like a
30
week?
games have been
Holy
like
crap!
horrible.
Can we get the Blazers
So
for somebody? Like,
I'm
ugh.
I'm gonna give my predictions. I think the Raptors go 0-2 because this, especially this loss, I think is put a damper onto a lot of different things here.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I was not gonna watch this Boston game
Yeah.
just on the fact that we don't play well in Boston, especially without our players, our
Mhm.
star players. But I was pleasantly surprised that the game was actually competitive. So you know what?
Very competitive. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that we win one of these games this week. We need some rest,
Yeah.
right? We need to get some guys. We need some practice time
Yeah.
because if I'm Darko and I'm not gonna pull out my chips in the basket with him, but I gotta throw that film on the screen and be like, look, you guys had a great game, but the execution down the stretch needs to be better. Like Ochai was wide open.
Wide open. Yeah.
Grady, you messed up on the roll when Jakob had
Yeah.
the ball and he was looking to kick it back out to you on the key. He turned and you were right in front of him.
Yeah.
Like that's a mistake. That's a young player mistake. And if I'm coach, I'm blasting that in the film room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got to be better in late game execution. Like our effort, our during the game is great. Playing hard on defense. We're executing our offense. Guys are hitting shots, but when it comes out to crunch time, we have got to be better. And I hope the coaches have a film session too for
Yeah.
themselves. Like, just put a camera on the bench.
Oh, Sheldon,
And
I
have
think I'm ruining you, man. You're starting to slowly
No,
coming to
not
my
ruining
head.
me.
So I side.
I'm just seeing it, man. I'm seeing it now. I'm just like, what are we doing? Well, out of a timeout, you do not get. Anyways, we said this already. I'm repeating myself,
All right,
but
let's
I think
do
we
this.
get one game this week.
Let's do this around the NBA
Let's do
segment here. All right.
it.
So we
Can
got
we
a
start with the good
game.
news? Can we start with the
Huh?
good news first? Can we start with the good news?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You show.
Uh, Inside the NBA is back. We're not
Yes.
losing the core. I call them the core four. Without these guys, like the NBA is just not the same. I got to hear Ernie's voice on a Thursday. I got to hear Shaq, roasting Charles. I got to hear Charles make bad takes. I got to see Kenny's, broken knees. Like it's culture at this point. Like
Yeah.
I can't do without them. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I think ESPN and ABC picked up their rights.
ABC. Yeah, said ABC is going to
ABC,
be
yeah.
having them back.
So they're going to be airing,
My
inside the
my
NBA.
only concern about them is
Yeah,
right, and this is something that came up in the chat, is that they are really down on, like, they really roast our players, yo.
For the
never see that
Raptors?
from. No, I'm talking about NBA players as a whole, like
Oh yeah, yeah,
Kenny
yeah.
and
It's a different
these.
generation, and this is what makes them interesting because around the league, like all the other sports commentators, are pretty much like they pretty much conform to the time, right? Which is good because you need up to date opinions, right? You don't need
But
opinions from guys from the '90s.
you can't be
But I think
constantly
it's
making
entertaining, though. It's
making
entertaining.
fun of these players and making
I
them
love
look
it,
bad.
man.
I
I
don't
love
know,
it.
man. I
I
think
think
it's
it's
a
entertaining. I think it's needed. Um, I don't agree with all the criticism sometimes. You know, like Charles will like
yeah,
call out certain players, or Shaq will call out certain players, like, "Oh, you got to have 28 and 15, or you're not a star. You're not this." Those times are dead. Like you were getting the ball 30 times a game. Of course, you're gonna put up 28 points. Like, come on, and you're the
correct.
biggest guy on the floor. But the point is, for me, when I watch Inside the NBA, I'm not looking for expert analysis. I'm looking to laugh. That's really it
That's
for me.
true.
Like I'm not looking for Kenny might go up there and try to act like the smart one, but he sounds ridiculous 95% of the time. Talking about pace and space. Oh, it's about pace. It's
Recent
about pace
space.
and space. Like,
Uh,
shut up, man. Half the time he doesn't even watch the games. It's so
he's
obvious.
he's just there
And
messing
so and then
around.
Chuck is the worst. Chuck is like that's why he doesn't even know half the players who what teams they play for. So I'm not listening for these guys for expert analysis. I just want to be entertained. Throw some golf balls on Charles' head, when he's not expecting it. Like, ask him who he played for. The God, like it's just a culture thing at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for, like I said, analysis. But anyways, I'm
Okay.
glad they're back, and yeah, that's my good news for tonight
All
after this
right.
heartbreaker.
So that was great news we heard today. So
Yeah,
let's go to even some awesome news.
yeah,
NBA scoring. So we have Wemby,
yes,
sophomore player, dropping
yes.
50 points in a game.
Does he have a nickname yet? 'Cause I see his emblem is like an
The
alien
alien,
for Nike, but
because he's alien or
I didn't
something.
hear a nickname yet. Is it the alien?
We found out that the aliens are in the ocean now.
Yeah,
Uh,
hey. That's a different podcast,
it's
sir.
another podcast.
That's a different podcast, sir. We can do all night on that one. Oh man.
Yeah. But hold on. So Wemby hits 50, and
Yeah,
in the same night,
yeah.
Giannis goes for 59 points.
59, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then this happened. My man,
Yep.
my man scored 60.
60 ball. When was the last time we saw 60 points in the NBA?
Yeah, well, last year probably
Was it last
Cat
year? Who? Oh
Cat.
yeah, yeah.
But yo, bro, the man lost. The Kings lost.
And this is the thing. This is the thing with these NBA players. Like,
Yeah,
if you're dropping 60, I need a W, man.
we need
You're
the
on fire. I need a win. What's
yeah,
going on?
yeah.
You
We
can't drop
gotta
60 and lose. Like remember when Devin Booker hit 71 in the Garden and they lost by like 15 or something like that? Like,
yeah,
that was the ugliest
let him
71
shoot.
point
Let him
game
shoot.
ever.
Yo, we're
Yeah,
winning.
we're up 20. It's okay. Give me shots. But even the Kings, man, I expected better from them. They've lost some pretty bad games this year.
Yeah,
Um, but it's the NBA, man. Anyone can win and lose on any given night.
that's
On
true.
any given night.
All right, let me play this video.
All-Star weekend here. Our senior insider Sham Charania with us now. What's going to be different about All-Star 2025 in the Bay?
Malika, I'm told that the NBA is nearing a 4-team tournament for the All-Star game
No,
in February in the Bay Area. And this
no.
is how it's going to work. It's going to be 3 teams consisting of 8 All-Stars per team, and then the winner of the Rising Stars game all going to come together to compete in a bracket-style 4-team competition. And Stephen Curry, the star host of this All-Star weekend in the Bay Area, he has been involved, I'm told, along with other All-Stars, having input in this year's game, because we know how disappointed the fans, the audience, Adam Silver, and everyone, even including the players, was over last year's All-Star weekend and game in Indianapolis. And that means
Because it was in Indiana.
avenues to attract competition.
What the heck?
And that means bringing
He had an
back
R&B
the highlight
concert
of
at
last
in the
year's
middle of
All-Star
Yeah,
weekend,
like
the NBA WNBA shootout between Stephen Curry and Sabrina Ionescu.
Oh my gosh.
Sources tell me that Curry and
It's a bad
Ionescu
idea,
are
bro.
continuing discussions on bringing back that shootout. There is plans for that, but also
Put
potentially
Clayton Clark in
including
there,
Klay
man.
Thompson and Caitlin Clark
Wow.
There we
during that
go.
competition.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
what the
that
ratings
would
want to see. Yeah,
absolutely be
I don't want to see Klay Thompson though, but
So,
sure.
so what do you? Okay, I want to hear what you
Bad
think, and I'm gonna.
idea.
Okay, let me. Okay, did you watch All
Man,
Star Weekend last year?
I did, unfortunately,
Do you remember
regrettably. Yeah.
the game for the juniors, the Rising
No, the
Star?
Rising Star. Hell no. I didn't even know half the guys on that team.
Okay, but what was interesting
Mm.
is they did the same thing, and it was actually a better experience. I
Okay,
thought it was fun, man.
I'm gonna tell you why it worked, and
Okay.
this is their problem altogether, right? The issue is competition, right? It's
Yes.
not
Okay.
the format. The format has nothing to do with anything. This is basketball, right? This is simple basketball. Now, in the '90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, you could roll the ball out there with the 30. Was it 30? Yeah, around 28 best players, and it's going to be
24. Yeah.
competitive,
Yeah.
right? These guys were playing in the summertime together. Like, there's so much stories of UCLA runs and different runs where NBA players are coming together, the top of the top, best of the best, and they're going at each other's heads. That doesn't happen now. Everyone's friends. All they do is work out together, lift weights, and do one-on-one drills together. Nobody competes. No one plays basketball. This is the problem with the
But wouldn't a
NBA All Star
tournament,
game.
wouldn't like a tournament?
No, no.
Okay,
Wow.
let me
Why?
let me tell you how. And I think I told you this last year. How
Yeah.
I would fix the All Star game.
I
Okay.
have one easy solution, but go ahead.
Make it only 12 players. Make the all
The teams each.
team. No, let's
Okay.
listen. Let's hold on. Only
Uh,
12 players. Or
okay.
sorry, 10 players. Only 10.
10.
Yeah. Okay. But the next 10 play against those 10.
Okay. Okay. Let me understand. So 10 players from
So the
each
top
conference.
so no. So what you
Oh, you
do?
mean like starters? So like
Vote.
five,
Yeah, you
five.
vote
Yeah.
the 10, and
Right.
then those the from
The remaining
from 1 to
10.
10,
Yeah.
from 11 to 20, they
Yeah.
play the 1 to 10.
The first 10. Okay.
Yeah, because now it's a
Sure.
it's a pride thing now because they didn't get like, especially
Sure.
the guy that got 11th. He's gonna be like, no, I should be on the team, the main team.
But didn't that happen when they did the team captain thing when I think Drew Holiday was chosen last and
Oh,
Giannis picked Dame Lillard first? And
but that was
now
that
look.
was yeah, but that's not as embarrassing as like you coming to the like as the 20th pick. And now
Yeah,
you want to prove yourself because you
for
think you're
sure.
better than those ones.
But
I,
you know what? At that point, like, okay, because let me tell you, I wouldn't work in that favor. Because if I'm like a first time All Star, I'm just happy to be there. So I
yeah,
don't really care if I get picked last. Like, essentially, I have nothing to prove. Like I said, they're just happy to be a part of the thing. But bro, there's one solution to all of this.
okay, let's hear
There
it.
is one, and the NBA Cup has proven this to be true. Pay the players, bro. Give them a little incentive,
Okay, what are you
right?
paying them though? What are you paying them?
So okay, so the winning team, I don't know, give them a bonus of some sort, right? These guys love money, right? If you look at it, right, the All Stars are the ones who control the league, right?
Mm.
If they decide to switch teams, if they decide to team up with each other, it creates a certain landscape in the NBA, right? And it creates a certain type of buzz in the NBA. So now, if I'm gonna say, okay, well, I'm gonna give each player 50,000 on the winning team, right? That 1 to 12 or 1 to 13, 1 to 14. I'm going to play hard now. You see it in the NBA Cup,
That's
right?
true. That's
They're
true.
going hard. These guys, all they care about is money, bro. They don't
I
care
think
about
the
status,
only issue with that is that
nothing.
the players that are going to be in All Stars, they already have their money. So like,
No,
what is
no,
an
I
extra
disagree.
million going to be?
I disagree, man,
Unless you're
because,
saying it's an extra million tax free.
no, okay, that's egregious. A million? That's 12 million or 13 million going to one team.
They
No,
have they make this is $1 billion industry, bro.
I understand that, but we're
You
talking
give them
about
a
player
million
contracts.
tax free. You telling me LeBron wouldn't play a little harder for that?
But this is my point. All it takes is a little cash incentive. And LeBron's a billionaire. You think he
True.
cares about an extra $1 million?
True. True.
But some guys will push a little harder because guess what? That's stripper money. That's bottle service money.
Well, sir.
That's escort. You think it's funny, but it's true.
It's true. It's
It's a
true.
part of the NBA that people don't talk about. These guys did not want to go to Indiana to play basketball.
No, no. Well,
You
now they're
can
in
bring
Golden
every.
State. Golden State's going to be a nice one. I
Oh, it's
think
gonna be great.
they didn't they enjoy Toronto as well. I think Toronto should.
Toronto is one of the hottest attractions for one partying. And I'm speaking as a former bouncer. Okay, used to work in the clubs downtown, and I've seen all the NBA players on there. Right, these guys love coming here. Right, especially when they get a day off in between.
Yeah,
Listen to me, man. All the players show up to play in Toronto.
yeah.
Right, it's been proven over the years. Like the Sunday matinee game, we used to be so competitive in that game. You know why? Because the players will show up here Saturday night, party all night, and they can't play properly for the Sunday 12 o'clock game. That's why we were so competitive in those games.
Yeah,
If you think about it, if you go look through the history, it was like a good 10-year stretch.
yeah.
Raptors always played Sunday 12 o'clock, always, and
My
that game was always competitive.
my boy Kelvin. I think he's one of the matinee ones you were talking about. Saw
Yeah,
the Boston Celtics. Saw Paul Pierce in the club. But
yeah,
it was like Paul Pierce, Antoine,
yeah,
all those Boston guys were in
yeah,
a club, and he was in there, and they were trying to collar at one of the girls,
yeah.
and my friend went like, "Yo, what's up, Paul Pierce?" And, he dapped him up, and
Yeah,
that was it. But they were so like,
yeah, out of there. It's the
the word
unspoken
H
thing, man.
word.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's the unspoken thing in the league, man. And
Yeah,
if you look at a lot of players, if you interview them, and I think there's
yeah,
a clip online, you can look it up, where players are asked, what's their favorite city to travel to.
yeah.
Toronto's always mentioned, and not
Toronto,
just
Miami.
mentioned, it's mentioned with a smile and a laugh. So you know what that means.
Hey,
You
hey.
know what that means. So yeah, the All Star game can be fixed very easily, bro. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, it doesn't take much. But you do need participants that are star players, right?
true.
I don't want to see Tyrese Halliburton versus I don't know Kyle Lowry. No disrespect, but like I want to see like I want an All Star game where it's Allen Iverson going up against Kobe and Vince
Well,
and Stephon
the
Marbury. You
All
know what I
Star
mean? Like
game was amazing. That can't be
which one?
duplicated. That one you just talked about.
Oh
AI
yeah, yeah.
versus
Oh,
Pitt.
one of the greatest ones of all
Yeah,
time.
that was the best one. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
next story. Bill Simmons
Yeah.
at his antics again. Okay,
Oh my God. Speaking of
redrafting,
Boston homers,
redrafting the 2021 draft.
egregious.
Okay, so he has Evan Mobley first. This guy's on drugs. Cade
Ridiculous.
Cunningham, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Johnson, Alperen Sengun, then Scotty Barnes at 6, right before Trey Murphy
You can stop
falls
right
off
there. You can stop right there. You can just stop right there. First of all, Jalen Suggs at 3.
at 3. At 3.
Hey, Evan Mobley? who's having a
Evan's not even the
decent.
man on his team, bro.
He's not even the man. Not even that. This is the first year where he actually looks like an NBA player.
Yeah, yeah,
His first couple years in the league, he looked horrible. And we were talking about why was he chosen second overall.
bro.
But
He's a role.
or whatever he was. Third.
He's
He's a
second
role
overall.
player.
A role
And
player, bro.
you cannot give him the ball and say go get a bucket. He is looking good because the Cavs look good right now.
Nah,
The entire team looks good right now. Jalen Suggs, don't get me started, man. I'm not even gonna say nothing about it, but I'm gonna keep it nice. Jalen Johnson,
Jalen Johnson's nice
who,
though. I have to admit, but
who,
Jalen, he's nice. You
who he
can't,
play
but
for?
he's not. He plays for Atlanta. He's not. He's not better than
Don't let
Scotty
me come off
Barnes.
this. Don't let me
Scotty
get off.
Barnes made an All-Star team. He's played in a
Talk
playoff
about
game
it.
and
Talk about
won
it.
a playoff game.
Talk
And
about it.
he, what was the last thing? And he was
Rookie
rookie
of
of
the
the year.
year.
So like, come
Not
on,
even that. I think stats wise, he has the most triple doubles.
yeah,
I think he has the most points scored, like total, out of
yeah.
all these guys. He is the lone star. Well, Kate Cunningham is probably starting his
I
team.
think he has the most assists against these
Yeah,
guys too.
like I think he leads all players in these stats, and it's not even close. No one
Mhm.
talks about none of these guys
Yeah,
as much as they talk about Scotty Barnes.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're not doing this, man. Come on. Bill Simmons, this is why you got fired from ESPN and you had to go back to Boston and be a homer. But you have a great podcast. Shout out to your podcast. But
Yeah,
yeah,
podcast is
you're ridiculous, man. You're absolutely ridiculous.
yeah.
And this also tells me that these guys don't watch Raptors games. It just tells me that.
Don't
Like
watch.
your league pass is blacked out in Canada. I get it, but come on, man, get a VPN and watch some of these games, man. Scotty is the man. Okay,
Yeah.
he's him.
All right. Well, do you have any other stories that we can talk about in the NBA? The other one I was going to say
Anthony
is
Edwards, man.
and what are you talking about, Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards is the most gangsterous NBA superstar that we've had probably since Kevin Garnett or Rasheed Wallace. Like
Mm,
this dude
he's got that grit.
he is like he had a game tonight. I think it was last night. I can't remember, but he said his coach called him out, said he's playing soft, and then he turned around and said, "I'm gonna dunk on one of these guys today." He dunks on the guy and then yells at his coach. Like, what are we? This guy is Latrell Sprewell. He's Rasheed Wallace and Kevin Garnett all in one.
Yeah, and
And
that's
he's Michael
fine.
Jordan.
And you need that kind of edge
I
in
love
this
it.
NBA. I love it,
I
man.
love it, man, because we don't have it. These guys are soft. Nobody fights anymore. You know? Like, what's going on?
Sheldon, what are you trying?
I need,
What are you
I need some
want?
fists to swing. Like, come on, what do we do? You see, this goes back to competition,
Yeah,
right? There's no obviously there's not no, but like the league is a little. It's not what it was built on. Like the league has been built on scraps. It's from the '70s, '80s, and '90s, 2000s. Right? There's a whole video on YouTube about NBA fights. Right? It didn't hurt nobody. There's a little scuffle, man. Like
uh,
the testosterone. Let's get it back, man. Let's get it back.
there's a
And I love
story.
Anthony
There's a
Edwards.
story that oh my gosh, the guy from the Detroit, Sam
Uh,
Mitchell. Oh my,
okay.
what's his
What's
name?
that much to
The
do?
bruiser guy, the big
Stewart?
bruiser.
Isaiah Stewart?
No,
You
no,
talking about old?
from old, like Bad Boy Pistons.
Lambier.
Not Lambier.
Um,
Who's this guy?
oh man, I'm blanking out right now. It's late.
He's on the radio, man. But it's okay. So he tells the story where Sam Mitchell, he's young. He
Yeah,
got beat. They beat him up in like they beat up the whole team. Well, and they saw him in a coffee shop
yeah.
after the game,
It's still up. It's
and
still up.
Sam Mitchell and his teammates
Yeah,
got together to try to build up the courage
yeah,
to go to jump him,
yeah. Right.
and he sees them in the corner talking, and he goes, "Set out, young bloods. You ain't ready for this." And they were so scared. He said, Sam
Listen to
Mitchell
me,
said,
man.
"Nah,
It was real back then.
I would not." He's like, "I would never fight that man. That
And
was
Sam Mitchell's not soft. Let's get it right.
no
Let's get it, correct. He's not soft in any sense of the form. But back then, like the men in the NBA were like real men, bro.
real." Yeah,
Like these dudes had beards at 16. Like they were bald at
they were
21.
balding. All
Like,
right, all right. The last thing I want to talk to you back to the
yeah,
Raptors is that
yeah, yeah.
I have two trade things
Requests
I want
or
to talk about.
proposals. Okay.
Foolishness trades. I'm not foolishness trades. Sorry. I want to hear what you think. Okay, so here's
I'm
the
listening.
first one. Here's the
Uh-huh.
first one. So first one is we go with the San Antonio Spurs, red flag. We send Chris Boucher and Kelly Olynyk, red
Yeah,
flags again, to the Spurs, and we
yeah.
get back Zach Collins, a 2025 first round pick via Charlotte, lottery
Okay.
protected,
Okay.
turns into a 26 and 27 second round pick if not conveyed, and
Okay.
Chicago's 2025 second round pick.
Okay. I like
What do
you
you
boosting
think of
up the
this?
picks. I like the picks. I think Boucher is out of here regardless.
Hmm.
I think this is his last hurrah, unfortunately, because he's playing really well, but I just don't see him fitting in the long term plans
Yeah,
with the Raptors. So it is best to maximize your assets, right? This is something
yeah,
we failed to do, as we spoke about on previous episodes. That Raptors have failed to maximize their assets, right? And
yeah,
and and seek the long term vision. But I think this year with the tank being full on and forward, I think now is the time where, you boost the value of your players, like what we're doing now. Let them play and see what you can get on the market. And if you can grab some draft picks, why not? Because
Yeah,
you're
but
rebuilding, man. The number
to
one thing
really
you
move
want is draft picks.
Zach Collins. So Zach Collins has 16 million on this year, and then 18 million next year.
Right.
So we'd be coming off of Kelly Olynyk's 12 million and 13 million, and then
Yeah.
Shay's 11 million, basically.
And
I'm
not to
not
mention
sure.
your favorite player who's coming off the books at the end of the year for 23 mil, who
Yeah,
hasn't even seen the NBA court yet.
yeah. I'm not
Albeit
sure
it's
this
been
is a.
week 4. They said it's 3 weeks, but I digress.
I don't know. I don't know about him. But I'm not sure this is the best move. Like, first things first, we're already rail thin, and now we're
Yeah.
gonna give up two bigs.
Well, one big essentially because one
Yeah,
hasn't played yet.
yeah.
Kelly, I don't know. There's zero update on his status. All I see
Mhm.
him is he's in snapbacks and street clothes, but I haven't seen him playing a game. I haven't seen him in
Yeah,
practice.
I'm back.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying I haven't seen him in practice. I haven't seen him in nothing like
yeah.
no behind the scenes working on like at all. He's just hanging out.
Just hanging out. Yeah,
I don't know if this is the Jamal McGlure last year on the Raptors type of farewell tour, but
I don't
um,
know.
yeah,
The
this looks
thing that
bad.
intrigues me is the Charlotte pick. So it's lottery protected, but from
Yeah,
what we're seeing with Charlotte, it looks like Charlotte might make the playoffs. So we're gonna get like a
yeah.
yeah. They've been playing
Maybe
really well,
I'll
and
play it.
then
I'll say
to get Chicago's 2025 pick,
Chicago's
like
definitely not making the playoffs this year.
I don't
They need
know.
to trade
They
now.
they better than us though.
They're in the mud, bro. Well, listen, everyone's better than us right now. But Chicago's in the mud because they're kind of in an odd place where they have good players on big contracts,
Mhm.
but it hasn't really manifested into wins. So
Mhm.
yeah, I would. For me, I would sell right now. I'd start with Vucevic because it
Okay,
looks like my guy.
Chicago
Zach,
won't do it, bro.
Zach
They
Levine looks like he's ready to leave at the first drop of a dime. So I would start by, you know, getting rid of some role players. Keep Kobe, build around Kobe, but you got to move on, man, from that core. It's not they're not going anywhere with that team. So
okay. So you thumbs up or thumbs down for this trade?
for this pick for this trade proposal, I'm going to thumbs up just based off the draft picks.
Okay, I say thumbs down. I say thumbs
Yeah,
down.
okay,
I don't
fair.
want to give up Kelly,
That's fair.
because we still haven't really seen him with this team
I
as
agree.
the only like player like
Listen,
has
man,
that
I
skill
think
set.
Kelly would have had some big games in Jakob's spot. Maybe not the rebounding, but the scoring, like in spacing
Scoring.
the
Yeah.
floor. I think he would have helped, and the free throw shooting. But anyways,
All right.
go
Last
ahead.
trade. Okay.
Oh, I hate
So
this one. I hate
this
this
you hate this one. So this one is more of the Raptors facilitating a trade.
one. Yeah,
So it'd be Jonathan Kaminga, yeah, Anthony Melton, Andrew Wiggins, to the Heat. And
it's
then they get
crazy.
the Warriors first round 2025 pick, Warriors
Crazy.
first round swap of
Yeah,
2026, first round pick for the Hawks of 2028, second round pick from the Warriors
it's
20
crazy.
2030, and then the Warriors receive Jimmy Butler. They get
Sure.
Fernando,
Yeah.
and Josh Richardson, and the Raptors receive Gary Payton II, the
Mm.
Hawks second round draft pick, and the
What
Heat
year? 26.
2026, and then the Heat 2030 second round pick.
2030. Ugh. Second round. Ugh.
2031. Okay.
Ugh. Even worse.
Why would the
That's like
Raptors
the
do
end
this?
of the 5-year plan. Like what the heck?
Why would the Raptors do this?
They
I
would
don't
not.
understand. Because
Masai would laugh them off the phone in his native language.
first off, we're gonna get another short wing player.
There it is.
Like,
That
come on,
cannot
bro.
shoot. That
They
can't
can't
shoot.
shoot.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Listen, we drafted what the last, or not just drafted, but we acquired the last three shortest players in the NBA. In what's that young man from
Fred
last
Van
year?
Vliet,
Not Van Fleet. After that, what's that from last year, man? We were
Marquise
the
Noel.
Marquise Noel. He's like what 5'6", And then we
Facts.
drafted Jamal Shed, who's he's a smaller guy, 6'2", but
That's up
he's a
still.
smaller guy. And then you have Davion, right? So like
Yeah.
three of the shortest guards that are out there in the NBA. I don't know what the affinity is. I don't know if it's Van Vliet that they're trying to recreate, which you cannot because that was a lightning in a bottle type of situation.
Yeah.
Um, Kyle Lowry, same thing. It was lightning in a bottle. The Knicks not taking him in that trade, which probably haunts him to this day.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, like this trade right here, even for the Warriors, I don't like Jimmy Butler on the Warriors because he's a
I don't
ball
under,
stopper.
I don't understand why
It
he
doesn't
would.
make sense.
Yeah, I don't get this trade and
Yeah.
why. Another
This
thing
is a
too.
Heat fan. This is a Heat fan making this trade because the
Yeah.
Heat benefit almost like immediately. Yeah, you get rid of Jimmy Butler, but I mean Kaminga and who else is there?
Andrew Wiggins.
Wiggins. Like, come on, man. You get and all these picks. Like,
So I do kind of understand where you want to hit high on Andrew Wiggins right now and
sure,
Kaminga,
sure,
but because they've been playing really well. They're
yeah.
92. But why would Golden State want to do something like this? Why
Why
not
not?
why not wait for someone else to be available?
Yeah.
That's have some leverage on them.
You know what's
Uh,
funny with Golden State is that people probably say they're in a win now situation, but they're
yeah.
not because Golden State has proven that they can flip that switch. Well, not Golden State. Steph Curry has
Mhm.
proven that he can flip the switch when he's ready. If you give him enough ammo and enough incentive to be upset or to be motivated, he can turn it on and clearly win games on his own. Right.
The,
So
the problem is he's 34, bro. It's like
listen, we used to say
he's
the same
out.
thing about LeBron, right?
No, but
We used to say
LeBron
the
is
same thing
different,
about
bro.
LeBron.
Like I
How
kind of
so?
because
Steph Curry's
LeBron
game
spends like a
is
million and a
not
half
beaten up.
dollars on his body. I think
Yeah, but
I
Steph
think
is not flying through the air. He's not bodying guys. He's just running off screens. He looks like he's playing at the YMCA. Like
mm,
he's having fun out there at 34. It's scary. like
yeah,
he's
he is.
still
You look.
playing the same as he did in 2015 when they
So
first started blowing up.
who would you think is a good move? Like if they needed a third person,
Red Star.
who would be someone that like can
Ooh,
realistically go there?
to be honest with you, and this is gonna sound crazy even mentioning it, but they need a point guard. They need a point guard
Can I
because
mention one that
yeah,
you
sure,
you were like?
go ahead.
What about what about uh Ice Tray?
Um, it's a bit of a
A little
redundancy
interesting,
there,
eh?
a little bit redundancy.
Hey, it worked with
Can he
it
play
worked
the
with
point though? That's the thing because he in Atlanta he's all green light, like he's shoot the ball whenever you feel like you.
So you're saying you want
Have
more of a distributor than so
absolutely, because if you put Steph off the ball
yeah.
and you have Buddy Hield now who's playing out of his mind, right, as a shooter,
Okay, but they
that
had Chris
opens the
Paul
floor.
last year, so how
And
come?
that's why I don't know why they got rid of Chris Paul. That was to me he was like just starting to blossom into that role of in the Warrior system because
Yeah,
they have a set system, right, where
yeah,
it's off ball screens, pin
mm,
downs, and all that stuff. He was just starting to get a rhythm, and I think he got hurt in the
yeah.
playoffs again, right? He got hurt in the playoffs, but I mean, like they should have kept him for another year because
Mm,
imagine him with Heald now and Steph. Right? Those
yeah.
two guys running the wings with Chris Paul distributing, like, come on, man. That would have looked real nice. But I think to me that's where they need to go as a third side. They don't
You,
need a big. They don't need anything else. They need a point guard.
I kind of think they need big, but I like that idea of having a point guard, like a guy. You know who would have been perfect now that you start talking about the guy that's now with the Suns, Tyus
Phoenix.
Jones.
Oh, Tyus Jones. Oh yeah, that would have
Yeah,
been a nice pickup.
that would have been
He's
a nice.
making them look good real right now. Um, you know, the Suns are my sleeper pick.
Yeah,
If they stay healthy and Bradley Beal wakes up out of his coma, out of his basketball coma,
10-year,
that
5-year coma he's been
yeah,
in.
his basketball coma that he's been in for some reason, I think they can do some damage. Booker's played the same, KD's played the same, Nurkic has stepped up,
Nurkic
but
been hitting threes, bro.
yeah. But this goes back to my point, right, about the bigs. You can't just be in the paint anymore. You got to shoot threes.
Yeah.
But the Warriors, I don't know. I think for them, their system is so well organized that they just need to slot in some pieces here and there.
Yeah.
They don't need much. They have Kuminga and Moody off the bench. And Wiggins is playing his role as a defender and a shooter. Buddy Hield is looking amazing right now.
He looks on fire.
He looks amazing. But is it sustainable? Who knows, man? Who knows? We'll see.
Can do.
That's the fun part of the NBA.
This is why we watch. This is why
That's
we
it,
watch.
man.
You know,
And this is why we don't look at numbers only, man. You gotta watch the games.
that's true.
Guys, watch the games, kids.
All right. So thank you again, Sheldon, for
Yes,
joining
sir.
me on the Boardman Gets Paid
Great
podcast.
episode, man. It's a classic.
Yeah, this was awesome. Came in all angry. We saw the big face of Andre coming in.
We had to get off our chest. We could go to bed with that one.
We could go. No,
That was a heartbreaker. What was the last time? Not to cut you off before you finish. What was the last time we had a dagger three to lose the game like that?
Ooh.
It's been a while.
Was it Jeremy Lin? You remember that?
Oh
one?
no, it was Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy Lamb.
Oh my god, that game.
You remember
that
that?
hurt me, man. That hurt
Lord.
me. Oh,
That
I
one
thought
was
we
tough,
had that, bro. Oh my god.
We did have it.
Oh my gosh.
That was a tough one. That was a tough loss. And that was championship year too.
Yeah.
That was 2018, 2019.
That was painful.
It was. Anyways. Not to open the old wounds.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please
Yes.
subscribe. I guess you have to do the rating. Rate me. Let me know.
Yeah, leave a comment, man.
I know I say a lot of ums and ahs, but leave some comments. Let us know what's going on. And till next time, week 5.
Peace.